We now join the following program presented in living color, now in progress.
Live from Puerto Barrios, Guatemala, this is the 8th Miss Roblox Universe Ceremony. Please welcome your host, the reigning and 7th Miss Roblox Universe, NYX Ivory Campion, and model and designer Windsor Cullen.
Good evening, Universe and Guatemala!
Before we start tonight, I would like to give a huge thanks to my wardrobe sponsor, Marjorie Peterson, for this festive night. It's truly an honor wearing your creation, especially for the National Costume Competition. How about you, Winter? Who's your designer for tonight?
Well, NYX, I made this more for myself and just special for the National Costume Competition. It's my first time in Guatemala, and let me tell you, I've seen those national costumes at the back, and they are absolutely phenomenal. It's going to be an amazing show.
I'm truly excited also, Winter. But before we start our event, we would also like to thank our following sponsors. Miss Roblox Universe Experience by Kiwa, Catlin Corsod, Arc News Roblox, Pageant Aficionado Roblox, TPN Global Roblox, NBC News Roblox, KXC Productions, Visions of Carlo, Blue Magics, and on top of that, Susanna Renaud, Yuri Takashi, Casey Howards, Autumn Couture Cake Maker Sonia, Laura Alisa Lee, Arlen Lees, Shannon Jace, and to all of the Miss Roblox Universe organization. Your work and efforts are deeply recognized and appreciated always and forever.
That is absolutely right. And tonight, we will celebrate the culture and diversity of our candidates as we will see their stunning national costumes in this amazing stage. Behind that, this event will weigh 15% of their official scores on entering the first cut at our finale, which they will be judged by soon-to-be-revealed judges and part of the Miss Roblox Universe organization.
So don't go anywhere. The National Costume Competition begins after this break as you're watching the 8th edition of Miss Roblox Universe live in Puerto Barrios, Guatemala at the official Miss Roblox Universe channel.
Start our national costume competition with Albania. Divine blood of Albania. It represents the evolution of the Albanian spirit with two feminine deities. It first reveals the red goddess inspired by the Illyrian heritage, a symbol of resilience and protection, with wings shaped from the spears that reflect the strength of a nation forged through struggle. Together, the costume tells the story of a country that honors its history, transforms its pain into power, and is reborn with its own radiant light. Albania!
Algeria. This national costume, worn by Louva and Mara, represents the tassel and azure of the Algeria's Desert Codex, a labyrinth of sandstone towers Guards, located in the far southeast of Algeria, bordering Libya and Niger. These rock-punched galleries, crafted by forgotten painters, mirrors the Algeria's soul, resilient, layered, a dance of survival beneath the sun's glorious beam of light. Time stands still and tires, yet don't ever delay. Here at Algeria's display.
Angola. This costume embodies the Angolan sun of the splendor, symbolizing the nature's bright future and indomitable spirit. The blazing fire wings mirrors the sun's radiant power on the Angolan flag, signifying the start of a new upbeat era and the life-giving energy that sustains its people. Her sun-crested crown and molten gold dress from darkness from darkness, she rises with power and might, an Angolan sun, bright, a shining light, and Angola.
Australia! Straight from the land down under emerges Reina del Arrecife Azul, a tribute to the Great Barrier Reef. This costume blends an iridescent mosaic of corals and sea life, a powerful tribute to the heart of the Pacific. This costume is a stunning, vibrant plea for preservation of biodiversity, embodying the magical and unique spirit of Australia. A rainbow vision where the corals bloom so bright, she brings the ocean's magic to the stage tonight. Australia!
Bolivia. This costume embodies the essence of Bolivia's national flower, the Cantua buxifolia, with its vibrant red, yellow, and green tubular flowers mirroring the nation's flag. These colors symbolize the spirit and unity of the Bolivian people, while the flower's resilience in the harsh Andean climate reflects their tenacity. The design captures the purity, endurance, and affection associated with the Cantua, showcasing the light blossoms that represent sincerity. From rocky soil, it finds its way, a vibrant bloom to greet the day. Bolivia!
Brazil. This costume is an embodiment of Brasilidade, a costume of a combination of shimmering emerald dawn, which represents the Amazon forest, and the striking feathers that represent Brazil's carnival, a vibrant fusion of nature, rhythm, and passion. It is the spirit of a nation that celebrates life with an unmatched enthusiasm, a queen reigning over both the untamed wilderness and the most glorious street party on the earth. With every turn and every graceful stride, we see the Amazon and Carnival collide. Brazil!
Bulgaria! This costume represents the golden eagle, or best called Aquila chrysantheos. This eagle is a large, majestic bird of prey that lives in Bulgaria and is highly valued as a symbol of strength and freedom for the country, and she's so glad to represent it with pride. She's approved on the stage, ready to catch her prey. Bulgaria!
Cambodia! Inspired by the sacred Apsaras and the golden dawn of the Khmer Empire, her costume reflects wisdom, resilience, and divine femininity, blending tradition with strength and grace. With every step, she awakens the pride of a nation that honors its past, while rising towards the future. Tonight, she doesn't just shine, she becomes unforgettable. Cambodia!
Cameroon! Saint Young in the heroic flow of history. The image of Saint Young as a hero riding an iron horse pulling up the bamboo to defeat the enemy has always been an immortal symbol of courage and indomitable strength. The costume is a song honoring that spirit inspired by the great legend. This costume conveys the powerful message: when the enemy comes to our house, women will fight too, demonstrating the boundless strength of a patriotic child. The costume all carry the heroic spirit, reminding us of the source of strength and national pride, affirming that women are always ready to shoulder the mission of protecting and making the country famous. Cameroon! Chile!
The national costume is inspired by the Alicanto, a Chilean legend that inhabits the Atacama Desert. The Natkos represents an image of the Atacama Desert, the driest in the world, and the Alicanto is a legend of a golden and silver bird that lives in the Atacama Desert. The national costume is inspired by Alicanto, symbolizing wealth, fortune, and the spiritual connection between Chilean miners and nature. Chile.
Colombia! This costume is inspired by the vibrant culture of Colombia, reflecting its colorful festivals, rich traditions, and deep artistic roots. The bright hues represent the joyful spirit found in its celebrations, like Carnaval de Barranquilla, while the golden accents pay tribute to the country's ancient musical heritage and the legendary beauty of El Dorado. Artistic patterns woven into the design symbolize Colombia's creativity, from indigenous craftsmanship to modern art that bursts with life and meaning. This lively blend of culture, gold, and art has been transformed into a stunning costume, one that is full of history, alive with color, and ready to shine just like a treasure of Colombia.
Cote d'Ivoire, La Dame Sabot, is a folklore character of Cote d'Ivoire who is a seductive, beautiful woman who appears at men at night on a lonely road and bushes area. The fierce reflection and drains the life force of or energy of any man who follows her. La Dame Sabot is a cautionary tale teaching against the condition of woman harassment from perpetrators. With hidden hope and sexual wish, she haunts the stage, commanding space. Cote d'Ivoire.
Croatia! This national costume is inspired by the Iris croatica, the proud regal bloom that stands as Croatia's national flower, known for its deep violet petals and rare beauty. The Croatian iris symbolizes dignity, resilience, and the enduring spirit of a nation shaped by mountains, sea, and centuries of heritage. Like the iris rising from the Croatian landscape, this costume unfolds with bold elegance. The sculpted petals, the rich textures, and flowing lines mirror the flower's natural majesty, while the vibrant purple tones capture its striking presence under the spotlight. Every detail celebrates Croatia's identity, its history, its artistry, and its unwavering pride. Tonight, she becomes the iris of Croatia, blooming with power, grace, and the timeless beauty of her homeland, Croatia.
Cuba! Yamaya, the Yoruban Orisha of the sea, often depicted in blue and white. The central figure wears an elaborate costume featuring cascading blue and turquoise fabrics that evoke the texture of crashing waves and sea foam. This striking national costume captures the powerful maternal essence of the ocean goddess with a shimmering aquatic aesthetic. Her waters whisper strength into me. Yamaya's light is my legacy. We have Cuba!
Curacao, representing the vibrant heart of Curacao, Mabel steps forward and in spirit of Chichi, a tribute to the island's beloved symbol of strength, culture, and womanhood. Her ceramic-inspired bodysuit reflects the hand-painted stories found on traditional Chichi dolls, while her head-wrap proudly carries in minutes Chichi as a guardian of heritage. Behind her, a radiant Backstage brings Curacao to life from the Queen Emma Bridge to Handle Cave. Glowing skyline, the flamingo race, and the sparkle of blue Curacao, a costume that celebrates art, identity, and island pride, where every color tells a story and every step becomes glory. Curacao!
Czech Republic! This costume is about Czech embroidery. It is a vibrant and diverse traditional art that plays crucial role in Czech national folk costumes. It is famous for its love of bright contrasting colors and with motif of floral leaves and vines. Czech embroidery is a deeply meaningful cultural expression for its people, serving as a powerful symbol of patriotism, cultural identity, and a means of protection and hope. Czech Republic.
Denmark! This dress is inspired by the gowns of Queen Margaret II, reflecting the elegance of the Danish royal family, blending art, creativity, and Scandinavian identity, portraying a strong, composed, and powerful female leader on the stage. Denmark!
Djibouti, inspired by Annaliese, the elusive keeper of faith. This Djiboutian national costume glimmers with beadwork that traces bright stories across the bodies like threads of moonlit memory. Desert gold and shadow black fabrics flow softly, echoing the hush of Djibouti's winds and wandering sands. A luminous back piece spreads behind her like rising dawn of stories yet untold. And as she steps forward, wrapped in myth and memory, she proves that even the smallest voice can shape its choice. Djibouti.
República Dominicana. For the Dominican Republic, mangoes mean abundance, cultural pride, economic value, especially the mango banilejo, and a quintessential part of island life. Enjoyed fresh everywhere and even used as a stamp for an attractive person, they symbolize natural wealth, are a staple in cuisine, and a highlight of the summer season, with events like the International Mango Fair in Bani celebrating them. She's a mango tree ready to be free. It's Dominican Republic.
Ecuador! Dominated by a brilliant palette of blues and gold, the soaring layered winds of deep blue and teal evoke the nation's rich biodiversity and the legendary torogos, El Salvador's national bird, a creature of vibrant beauty and freedom. Moreover, the skirt transitions into a view of the Salvadorian landscape, lush green valleys, vibrant pink and purple flora, and a serene blue lake. At the very peak, a small flag proudly flies, a beacon of national pride and sovereignty. May this stunning vision on the world stage bring honor and grace. We have El Salvador.
El Salvador, dominated by a brilliant palette of blues and gold, soaring, layered, wings of deep blue and teal evoke the nation's rich biodiversity and the legendary torogos. El Salvador's national bird, a creature of vibrant beauty and freedom. The central figure, serene and strong, is adorned with embellishments that sparkle like jewels of the ancient Mayan civilization, which profoundly shaped the country's heritage. Moreover, the skirt transitions into a view of the Salvadorian landscape, lush green valleys, and vibrant pink and purple flora, and a serene blue lake. At the very peak, a small flag profoundly flies, a beacon of national pride and sovereignty. May this stunning version on the world stage bring honor and great praise. El Salvador!
Equatorial Guinea. The traditional outfit inspired by the jungle of Equatorial Guinea is a masterpiece of the region's culture and biodiversity. This attire, which combines traditional elements with motifs from the rich local fauna, reflects the deep connection between indigenous peoples and the natural environment. The vibrant colors of the outfit evoke the lushness of the jungle, using shades of green, brown, and yellow that represents the flora and fauna. The patterns often include figures of embellishment animals such as gorillas and various tropical birds, symbolizing the ecological wealth of the country. Additionally, the fabrics are handmade from natural fibers, which not only highlights artisanal skill but also promotes sustainability. This outfit is not just a symbol of cultural identity, but also a celebration of the nature surrounding its inhabitants, making it an emblem of pride and respect for the jungle environment of Equatorial Guinea.
Estonia. This national costume draws inspiration from the fierce spirit of the grey wolf, the national symbol of Estonia, blending icy silver, midnight black, and the tribal Nordic patterns. Flowing fabrics mirror the northern winds, while sharp, sculpted details reflect the wolf's power and pride. A tribute to strength, survival, and silent grace. Born from the night, bold in stride, shining in the northern light, Estonia.
Faroe Island. This costume represents the value of statue, inspired by one and only Kapolkanan. She has the most magical abode along the island coastline. She isn't just a statue of value, but a representation of power, strength, and dignity. She is the light of the coastlines, Faroe Island.
Finland! This costume is inspired by Finnish mythology, from the ancient tales of the North where winter, wilderness, and the spirit world shape the identity of the people. Icy blues, deep blacks, and snow-white accents would symbolize the harsh Nordic climate, reflecting strength and endurance needed to thrive in such a landscape. Ornamental patterns resembling protective runes and mythic symbols would embody resilience and the belief in unseen forces that guarded travelers and warriors alike. Altogether, the costume would stand as a tribute to Finland's mythic past, celebrating fortitude and protection and the quiet power of the North. It's Finland!
France! This costume represents the magic and the timeless charm of the French carousel, a creation that has inspired dreams for generations. Carousels in France are masterpieces of art and tradition crafted with elegant details and stories that come to life with every turn. This enchanting symbol invites you into a world of imagination where history, joy, and culture spin together in harmony. This carousel of dreams has been transformed into a stunning costume, free, magical, and ready to be seen. Ren!
Georgia. This national costume represents a woman who carries her country's courage, faith, and pride whenever she stands. It shows how Georgia rises with strength, protects its traditions, and shines with a hope for the future. She becomes a symbol of a nation that never loses its heart. Georgia.
Germany! This costume ensemble would adorn with hues of pink and gold with magical mirrors highlights the mystery of Grimm's fairy tales, originally known as the Children's and Household Tales, which is a German collection of fairy tales. This national costume symbolizes the most natural and pure forms of linguistic culture, based in history that was influenced and inspired by the spirit of romantic nationalism of Germany.
Ghana. Ghana is the second largest exporter of cocoa in the world. The statue in the traditional dress symbolizes women's participation in the cocoa cultivation. As for many years, women were not allowed to grow cocoa, demonstrating that nothing is impossible. She's the mother of cocoa, so you should come and go to Ghana.
The rock is a big part of tourism of Gibraltar, a big part of the lives of local people. Out of the rocks, you can find many flora and fauna, including the Barbary macaque, the only monkey in Europe native to Gibraltar. The costume also many gold elements and a golden key symbolizing the purity and old money of Gibraltar, and the key featured on the national flag. The costume stands tall like a rock of Gibraltar, strong and bold with a timeless culture. Gibraltar.
Greece. Aurora of Athena is a golden ensemble that channels the power of ancient Greek sculptures, blending marble motifs, laurel armor, and its signature Roman statue elements. It transforms the wearer into a garden goddess of Olympus, majestic, powerful, and evocative of timeless beauty of Greek art. Greece. Guinea, the guardian of the ancestors. This national costume is inspired by traditional Guinean masks used for centuries to honor ancestors and celebrate the strength of communities. The central luminous mask embodies the spirits who guided the people through the Mali Empire, pre-colonial kingdoms, and the heroic resistance of the Samurai Torre. The vibrant wings adorned by the Mandinka, Fulani, Susu, and Forestier motifs celebrate Guinea's cultural diversity and resilience. This costume pays tribute to the brave men and women who, sh- who shaped Guinea, guardians of tradition, builders of freedom and bearers of hope. Wearing it is walking under the watchful eyes of ancestors with the strength and pride of an entire nation. This is Guinea, standing here tonight, powerful and serenely.
Guyana! Tomlin Gray invites the stage in a national costume inspired by the majestic crimson fruit crow, one of the country's rarest and most striking scarlet birds. Beginning in a regal, flame-kissed gown, she embodies the vibrance of Guyana's untouched forest and the fierce spirit of its wildlife. With a dramatic reveal, the gown erupts into a winged firelit bikini form, echoing the bird's blazing plumage and a symbolic power of protection and renewal in the heart of the Amazon. Every burning feather and embedded wingleaf pays homage to a nation defined by resilience, rarity, and the wild beauty of its rainforest skies. She is Guyana.
Honduras. This look pays tribute to the working spirit of Linka. Linka women, a group dedicated to crafting the color designs, haven't changed much in the past 500 years, thanks to ancestral knowledge passed down from mothers to daughters for generations. It's more than fine to wear Linka designs in Honduras.
Hungary! Inspired by Saint Elizabeth of Uruguay, this national costume radiates grace and compassion. Cloaked in sapphire and gold, it mirrors her noble heart while roses bloom across the gown, symbolizing her miracles of kindness. The crown, delicate and divine, reflects her legacy of faith, charity, and quiet strength. With every step, she honors a saint who turned generosity into history. She is Hungary's story, dressed in glory, shining bright for all to see. Miss Hungary.
Iceland! Inspired by the goddess of glaciers in Iceland, the costume embodies the raw beauty and power of frozen landscapes. Crystalline fabrics, icy silver accents, and sweeping glacial motifs symbolize the eternal strength and serenity of ancient ice. The ensemble radiates a divine ethereal presence, capturing the mystique of a goddess who commands winter's majesty. Is the goddess of the glaciers, its verity the goddess, Iceland.
India. This costume represents the ancestral strength and mysticism of India, where dragons guard wisdom and the sword honors bravery. With serpentine heads and golden chains, it evokes legends of warriors, queens, and protective deities. The blue and gold reflect power, elegance, and a history that flows like a sacred river. India roars with glory, ready to conquer victory. India!
Indonesia. This costume shows Nyi Roro Kidul, the queen of the southern sea of Java. It uses the color green, which is a special and powerful color. People believe wearing green near her sea can make her spirit pull you into the water. Her ocean call can make you fall. Indonesia.
Ireland! This costume represents the Irish legend of the pot gold and the leprechaun, tells of magic creatures, depicted with green clothes and red beards, who got a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. To find treasure, one must be clever to catch a leprechaun, as they are very skilled at deception and escape. If one is captured and held captive, it can traditionally grant 3 wishes or reveal the location of its treasure. Ireland.
Italy, the fury of Rome. The chosen one stands as a moving Colosseum, a symbol of strength that defines time, with a gladiator sword in hand, the Valerian fan as a shield, and a mask that evokes the drama and glory of an ancient Rome. She is the embodiment of Italian passion and determination. The fury of Rome is ready to conquer the world. Italy.
Japan! And Viasted. This one brings an Asian-inspired dark brocade ceremonial tunic with a long and luxurious fall. The main focus is the head, adorned with a theatrical spectrum mask frame, and a complex headdress which gives the figure an aesthetic of a doll or spirit. The set, complemented by oversized geta, Japanese platform sandals, combines avant-garde fashion with mythological and masquerade elements. Japan!
Jordan! This magnificent costume is a tribute to Petra, the ancient rose-red city, reflected in its rich hues and architectural structures. It beautifully integrates various Jordanian textiles, showcasing the intricate geometric patterns of sadu weaving and the elaborate embroidery of the traditional dress. The design embodies the country's profound history and the enduring artistry of its people. From desert sands to mountains so steep, the stories of the kingdom will see in Jordan.
Kazakhstan. This costume is inspired by the natural resources in Kazakhstan. The coral reef represents eternal life, which gives sufficient lifestyle for each and every individual. Its symbolization is inspired by the famous island in Kazakhstan, Zanbai Island, which involves hundreds of species to foster underwater. Its vibrant color is said to attract the sustainability of ecosystem. This coral of the sea won't make sustainability free. Kazakhstan.
Laos! Orchid mantises are found in the tropical rainforest of Southeast Asian countries, such as Laos, famous for its flower mimicry as camouflage to hunt prey. It is once considered as one of the most beautiful insects in the world, embodying patience and intelligence. This is one that Dora would like to see. Will she explora? Bella Ciao! It's loud!
Latvia! Latvia's national costume is a representation of fire under elegance. Pukis, in Latvian mythology, a puki is a dragon-like household spirit that steals or brings goods like grain and money to its owner, thus acting as a bringer of wealth and happiness. The Latvian puki is a helpful, if not particularly intelligent creature that can be bought, bred, or stolen. It is a symbolic figure of good and bad in ways that this creature once presents itself. Blazing fire on such an amazing desire. Oh my gosh! Cookie! That's
Malaysia. This costume is called the Peranakan traditional costume. It features traditional bridal elements including songket bodice, hibaya fabric wings, and a tabletop laden with a colorful sweet. The costume represents the beautiful expression of hybrid culture between Malay artistry and the other descendants. It symbolizes high virtue, grace, and beauty. Malaysia.
Maldives! This costume represents the pure beauty of coral beneath the crystal clear sea of the Maldives. The corals shine softly like a treasure of the ocean. Glowing with natural elegance and peaceful charm, it invites you into a dreamy underwater world where beauty flows freely and endlessly. This coral of the sea has been transformed into a graceful costume, ready to shine before the world. Maldives!
Martinique! The warrior of agriculture embodies the strength and richness of Martinique. Her golden headdress, inspired by the sun, is surmounted by a basket of fruit, representing the abundance of the harvest. Her orange armor symbolizes the fertile land and the work of the farmers. The spear she holds is not a weapon, but a symbol of protection. She defends the nature, culture, and traditions of her island. Let's welcome Martinique!
Mexico. This national costume uses Aztec mythology and royalty. The central figure, a winged mermaid inspired by Chauchilticole, rises like a Chuapion queen. Her outfit with green and purple pastel feathers is framed in a pre-Hispanic tone between ruins that evoke the monumental step pyramid. The scene encapsulates the mythicism, ancestral history, and national identity of great pre-Hispanic civilization of Mexico. Mexico.
Myanmar. This white dress is inspired by the Gingara dance, a high-class performing art from Myanmar. It blends the grace of the legendary bird with the charm of the Shan culture from Shan State, renowned for its traditional dance and textiles. The design emphasizes flowing lines resembling the wings of a bird in flight. The white silk fabric is intricately embroidered with Shan designs, while the back wings and the feathered accessories reflect the elegance of the Gingara. This dress fuses Burmese performing arts with the uniqueness of Shan State, conveying the pure beauty and spirit of the dance to the world. Myanmar!
Nepal! Rising like a conqueror from the heart of the frozen peaks, this national costume embodies the unshakable spirit of a people shaped by mountains and sky. The white climber suit symbolizes resilience, while the vibrant prayer flag wings unleash a storm of faith, hope, and ancient blessings carried by the wind. Each color echoes the courage of those who dare to stand where the earth meets the heavens. It commands the world like a living dream, fearless and supreme. She is Nepal.
The Netherlands. The blooming spirit of Keukenhof. The main inspiration for this costume comes from Keukenhof Gardens, the largest and most beautiful flower garden in the world, which is like the drawing of bloom of Europe. The design features a fluffy overlapping layer of lush green leaves, representing the fertility of Netherlands, where agriculture and nature coexist in perfect harmony. This costume is not only about beauty, but also about sustainability and coexistence with nature as the Netherlands is the world leader in green agriculture innovation. The Netherlands.
New Zealand! This costume is inspired by the legend of the Taniwa. Taniwa are supernatural creatures in Maori tradition, often depicted as large, dragon-like or serpent-like beings that live in deep pools in rivers, lakes, the sea, or caves. Legends portray them as jewel beings. Some are feared as dangerous monsters that can kill or abduct people, while others are respected as benevolent guardians. New Zealand.
Nicaragua, La Moquana. Legend says that she's a beautiful indigenous princess who was lured and tricked by a Spanish conqueror, leading finding to the tribe's treasure, leaving her trapped inside a cave deep into the forest. Her spirit still lingers, seeking for revenge for her and her tribe. As a fighter with pure intentions and genuine soul, she represents betrayals and vengeance. No women are born wicked. Nicaragua.
Norway. This action is a modern imperial tribute to Freyja, the Great Norse Vanir goddess of love, war, and magic. Using ancient mythology with futuristic design. It portrays Freya in her most powerful aspect, the mistress of slain, who decides the fate of warriors and commands the power of light and cosmic light. It symbolizes the fierce independence, radiant beauty, and powerful pioneering spirit of our kingdom of Norway. Norway!
Panama! This national costume is inspired by the Panama's national flower, the Holy Ghost orchid, a symbol of peace, purity, and spirituality, thanks to its resemblance to a white dove in flight. The design reflects Charlotte's delicacy and represents a rebirth for Panama. As the petals open, releasing butterflies, it symbolizes the nation's rich biodiversity. A meaningful costume that captivates every step. Panama!
Paraguay! Inspired by Paraguay's Gurari mythology, she enters the stage in the radiant parrot-snake form of Mboy Sea. Her shimmering greens and blues evoked in the mystic wetlands. Serpentine patterns and vibrant feathers glide with each movement, shadowing the guarded fierce yet graceful spirit. With a sweeping turn, she transforms into a luminous water goddess. Her gown flowing like a river's awakened. She commands the stage with power and serenity, alongside a vision of nature's eternal divinity, Paraguay!
Peru! Waymaco spirit. This costume represents the spirit of mystery of Peruvian Amazon, a land full of life, color, and ancestral culture. Inspired by the lush jungle in traditional Chipugo Conibo design, the patterns evoke the sacred rivers that guide the jungle. Natural texture reflect the beauty of the Amazon air and bring its magical to life. This Amazonian dream becomes a beautiful costume which makes visible the indigenous empowerment of our ancestors. Peru!
Philippines! This costume represents the People Power Revolution that sparked during the martial law in the Philippines. This is also represents the ongoing fight for justice for every Filipino against corruption. This costume is a statement that we should fight for our rights and speak out even if your voice is silenced. A call out against crisis to fight for justice, Philippines.
Poland! This national costume is inspired by Poland's coat of arms, showing the mighty white eagle as a symbol of bravery, freedom, and national pride. The crown and strong red and white colors represent honor, sacrifice, but also the long history and tradition of the Polish people. Every detail reflects a nation that has stood tall through hardship and never lost its identity. It is a costume that carries persistence, strength, and royal spirit in every line and shape. With eagle's grace and colors so bold, Poland's story is proud and told. Poland!
Portugal. Miss Roblox Universe Portugal appears as the Queen of Title Museum, embodying centuries of art and history. Her gown composed of blue and white mosaics unfolds like living murals celebrating Portuguese elegance and tradition. Every detail invokes stories of travel, cultures, and techniques that have made a tile a universal artistic language. With her presence, she honors not only Portugal but all nations that have made ceramics symbol of identity and beauty. Portugal.
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico Reborn. This costume is based on the strength and resilience of the Puerto Rican spirit in the face of adversity, inspired by the Hurricane Maria as a symbol of the Puerto Rican people's fortitude. The blood on the red hands represents the more than 7,000 lives lost. From the white hands flows a shower of silver crystals, representing the tears of those who wept here and in the diaspora. And the illuminated sphere held by the Puerto Rican woman represents the pearl of the Caribbean. It is Puerto Rico shining again. It is a metaphor for light, and at the same time, it is a light that illuminates the stage and the path of the queens and the women who chose to rebuild the homeland. Puerto Rico.
Romania. A Balar is a fearsome multi-headed dragon or monstrous serpent from Romanian folklore, often depicted with 3 or 12 heads, symbolizing evil and representing a major challenge for heroes like Fat Brumos, who must defeat it to rescue princesses, but its saliva sometimes forming precious stones or resembling western dragons. Colors are distinct, sometimes evolving from snakes and capable of influencing weather, and are a significant part of Dacian and Balkan mythologies, appearing in games like Aeon and even inspiring dinosaur names like Balak Bonza. Romania.
Russia. A masterpiece wrapped in gold, crystals, and golden rhinestones, symbolizes the greatest extent of the glorious Russian monarchy, carrying the strength of every bloodline and ancestors from Peter the Great to Tsar Nicholas II. This double-headed eagle, the former Russian coat of arms, represents how resilient, determined, and fearless Russians before up to the present. An eagle of gold in Russia, luring a bloodline echo forevermore. Russia.
Saint Martin. This costume is inspired by the eerie This costume is inspired by the eerie depths of St. Martin's hidden underwater world, where the luminescent creatures drift between ghostly coral formations. The shimmering blue-violet hues mimic the glow of the Caribbean Sea, but with an unsettling otherworldly edge. It embodies the mysterious and fearsome spirit that lurks beneath St. Martin's tranquil shores. St. Martin.
Samoa! This national costume celebrates the vibrant spirit of Samoa, blending tropical blossoms, abundant fruits, and graceful island textiles that echo the joy of Pacific life. The vivid hibiscus and woven greens honor traditional artistry, while the bright fruits symbolize prosperity and unity across the islands. Her staff and headpiece embody the nature's blessing, carrying the warmth and pride of Samoan heritage wherever she walks. A tribute to island skies and golden seas, Samoa.
This
is Scotland. This national costume transformed Miss Roblox Universe Scotland into the living spirit of the Highland, where the unicorn is not just a symbol but a magical heartbeat of the nation. Her attire reflects the bond between creature and mountain. When the land aches, she feels it. When it rises, she shines. With every step, she carries centuries of legend and the strength of a kingdom that never falls. True Miss
courage of a nation that has risen through every storm. The intricate details celebrate Somali women as warriors of dignity, culture, and hope. A look that stands tall and brighter, Somalia forever stronger and a fighter. Somalia.
South Africa. This national costume is the national bird of South Africa, the blue crane bird. Commonly found in the province of Eastern Cape, this represents purity, bravery, honor, and elegance. In South African culture, it is known as indwe, and its feathers were historically awarded to warriors for acts of valor. The bird also appears on South African currency, specifically the 5-cent coin. This bird is ready to fly, taking off with bravery in the sky. South Africa.
España. This national costume from Spain embodied the fiery elegance of flamenco, shaped in luxurious crimson satin and dramatic ruffled forms. Its pants, sleeves, and bold silhouettes honor the passion, artistry, and heritage found in Spain's timeless celebration. The ornate headpiece adds regal flair, completing areas that radiate cultural pride and intensity. It starts so bright and red it takes flight. Spain.
Taiwan! The Huye's breath and sacred smoke, inspired by Taiwanese spirituality, this masterpiece harmonizes sacred smoke with Huye, the tiger god. As prayer incense ascends, it forms a celestial tiger, a symbol of courage that wards off evil and brings prosperity. This costume perfectly balances the ethereal softness of smoke with the fierce majesty of the divine guardian. It's a tiger that is powerful and is ready to be seen. Taiwan!
Thailand! Nang Napamas, the legendary figure of Sukhothai period in Thailand. She's the legend behind the creation of the first kratong or floating basket, as well as the origin of Loy Kratong Festival, a cultural traditional celebrated on the evening of the full moon of the 12th month in the tradition a cultural festival worth praying, Thailand.
Trinidad and Tobago. This national costume blooms with the fiery spirit of the Chaconia. Trinidad and Tobago's proud national flower, its vibrant red petals symbolize resilience, unity, and unbreakable pride of the island. Golden accents shimmer like a sunshine over the Caribbean, celebrating a culture that stands bold and unforgettable. A costume of power and grace and ready to set the stage of a glow. Watch it shine, watch it flow, Trinidad and Tobago. Go, go, go.
Ukraine! A, a warrior draped in blue, gold, and white, a symbol of strength. Behind is the ruins of Ukraine that stands in solemn sight. Yet in her presence, hope takes flight. Ukraine!
United Kingdom. This national costume celebrates the artistic grandeur of the United Kingdom through the iconic Royal Albert Hall, brought to life as a vibrant and majestic stage. Her white tutu and ballet pose honor the elegance and discipline of the British ballet, Together, they form a tribute to the transformative power of performing arts. It's a dream that dances and glows, like a star that forever grows, United Kingdom.
Uruguay. She represents a dazzling tribute to Uruguay, wearing a sparkling blue ensemble that mirrors a nation's vibrant coastline. The majestic sun of Mayra draped behind her, honoring the symbol of freedom found in Uruguay's flag. Every detail of her look blends heritage and elegance, turning national pride into luminous spectacle. Golden rays that glow so bright guide her stride in proud delight. Uruguay.
USA! The USA unveils the roots of the Living Testament, a fierce blend of America's tree of knowledge and Africa's ancient forest. Her golden bark texture bodies curls like living roots, while the serpent Her golden bark textured bodies curls like living roots, while the serpent-shaped staff and crimson apple nods scripture and the origin of faith. The flowing light peace panels echo Africa's oldest woodlands, turning her silhouette into a guardian of wisdom passed across continents. She moves like a warning and a promise, a story carved in gold that refuses to tame its flame. USA.
Venezuela, the Tree of Life. Kiara's national costume depicts the Arguani tree, scientifically known as Hydranthus chrysanthus, well known for its spectacular synchronized display of vibrant golden yellow, trumpet-shaped flowers that appear during the dry season when the tree is mostly leafless. The flowers provide an important nectar supply for the bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds when other food sources are sparse. This national treasure represents hope, optimism, happiness, resilience, and the promise of a golden spring, with its golden yellow color matching the yellow stripes on the Venezuelan flag. Standing tall as a tree, she is ready to defeat Queen Venezuela.
Vietnam. Vietnam's national costume is entitled Time Fluff. This national costume ties with a string of the past and present of Vietnam's culture and tradition, with notable symbolism of the past Empress of the Nguyen dynasty and the present golden hand bridge of Da Nang. The masterpiece merged the two intents of Vietnam into one through the wings of the phoenix. Colored with the primary colors of a phoenix in Vietnamese culture, this costume harmonizes the embodies prosperity, art, and doubleness. She is an empress of time, always feeling her reign of time, Vietnam.
Finally, closing out the national costume competition, Zimbabwe. This national costume represents the Zimbabwe bird, a national symbol which appears above a stylized sun in some emblems. The gold color also represents the country's mineral wealth, especially gold. Finally, the star represents Zimbabwe's resistance and struggle for independence, a symbol of strength and guardianship, consistent with the history of Kingdom of Monomotapa, Zimbabwe.
We welcome back our reigning Miss Roblox Universe back on stage, Nyx Ivory Campion.
Winter, do you see all of these national costumes on stage? These are more than amazing, and it's so hard to pick the best national costume from this edition alone.
I absolutely agree with you there, Nix. I couldn't be happier for all of these delegates on the stage, so let's see them once again in their final pans.
Once again, this is the 8th Miss Roblox Universe National Costume Competition. Good night from Puerto Barrios, Guatemala.